Jumanji, welcome to the jungle. And welcome to the jungle indeed. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Really?
I enjoyed it a lot. Now, full disclosure, the day I went to, yes, I saw this just hours ago. And full disclosure, I took my mom with me to go see it. She wasn't as liking the movie as much as I did.
Really?
Yeah. She said that she felt that the special effects weren't as good and the acting was terrible and on all accounts
Man.
and whatnot like this. And I say to that, I disagree.
Okay.
I believe the acting was cool because all the actors, Karen Gilliam, Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black, all had to play pretty much 3 roles at once.
Really? 3 roles?
Yeah, they had to play. They had to play
The teen characters.
the teen characters, and then they had to play the teen characters as the game characters, and then they just had to play the game characters at the same time.
Okay.
So they would have to have moments where like their character trait would come up, and so then it would be that game character, while still having the influx of the teens on their mannerisms.
Gotcha.
So like Jack Black's character was like the cartographer.
Right.
So he would be the one that would read the map and tell them where to go.
And so that would just happen for the girl that he was playing?
Yeah.
Like that would just work for her?
Yeah, like the way it works, they got a map, but it looked like this to all the other characters, blank. But then when she walked over as Jack Black and saw the map, she could see the whole island.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that her skill was cartographer, so she had the map of the island. So she would walk by and tell them where to go next and what. And it was kind of cool the way they did it. Like when you play a video game, first when the movie starts off, it's pretty cool. It starts off in 1996, and then you find Jumanji in the beach, and then one dude picks it up and said, "Look what I found." He said, and then he brings it home and said, "Nobody plays board games anymore." And then he puts it on the table and goes back to playing his video game that he's currently playing now.
Huh.
And then it cuts to the Jumanji box for some reason, like it's looking at what's going on. And then that night, the box glows. And then the light wakes him up. And then when he opens the box again, Jumanji is changed into a game cartridge.
Oh, wow. So they changed like the way that the whole Jumanji thing works.
Yeah, because it was a board game that
Right.
changed it. I guess they're saying since it's magical, it adopts to the times.
That's pretty
Who knows what it was like before it became a board game,
Okay.
and what it could become after this movie.
That's pretty neat.
So he popped it in, and then he gets sucked into Jumanji, and then the jump cuts 20 years, and then we meet the 4 kids. They get locked in detention, and then they find the Jumanji cartridge in the detention room, and then they set it up. They go to pick their characters, and here's one thing they don't tell you in the trailer: there's a 5th character slot, and they can't pick it
Okay.
because that character is still in the game.
Ooh. That like Robin Williams' character?
No, not Robin
He's
Wi-
gone. He's already out of the game.
He's been out the game,
Yeah.
but they do make an allusion to him in Jumanji. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
And then they meet up with the 5th character, and they find out that how long he's actually been in there and how long he thinks he's been in there, and that's a pretty cool moment because he thinks he's only been in there a few months.
Is who it is a spoiler or
You've
can I
seen
make a
him in the
guess?
trailer, but I don't want to. If I was to tell you the actor, you would figure out. Well, it's not really a spoiler in per se because because the actor that they bump into is playing the character in the game, and he's just being controlled by the other character.
Okay.
It's the Nick Jonas character.
Yeah, okay, that's who I was gonna guess anyway.
Yeah, it's his character, and then he's like hiding out because he's down to one life, and he's trying to survive with that one life because you get 3 lives. And if you die, you lose all your lives. You die in Jumanji.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very hardcore stuff. And back to the argument about the special effects and how she said the obvious wire food was obvious. I said that's a testament to the fact that it's a video game
right.
and not like a PlayStation 1 or 2 era video game. This was like a cartridge based video game, so everything's a little more janky, not as smooth and polished. So things are like little awkward looking, no matter even in a video game.
Right.
The voice acting's a little stilted and all that kind of stuff, and they brought a lot of those elements to the movie, which as a gamer I appreciated because I've recognized those elements from games I've played. Like you bump into an NPC character, and they would tell you what they would say their scripted line, but then if you try to go off the script, they just repeat their scripted line until they get the response that they're looking for to say the next line. And it's pretty cool how they do it, and as the characters figure out what their power sets really are and how to use them to survive and whatnot, they actually become better people for outside the game too. And it ends on a pretty good note.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot. I probably might. I need to buy the first one, and I'll probably wind up owning this one too.
Okay.
Because I'm giving this one an 8.
Oh.
Which is 3 points higher than what my mom gave it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she gave it a 5.
Man. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm in total disagreement with her, but I liked it, I enjoyed it, and
so I got one other question.
What's the question?
'Cause this movie has bad guys, right?
Yeah,
so,
yes.
So Bobby Cannavale plays one of the bad guys, or the main bad guy. Right?
He's the main bad guy.
How is he?
He's like what you would expect your standard video game villain to be.
Okay.
And that's like a lot of the acting was cheesy on purpose because they're playing video game characters.
Right.
The only human characters in the movie are Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, Karen Gilliam, and Jack Black.
Right.
Everything else is a scripted program within the video game. So of course everybody else is one-dimensional. That's their goal.
Right.
They're not human.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I thought those elements were pretty cool, and special effects during the fight scenes. Like I said, they do look kind of off, but that's only to play to the element that it's a video game.
Okay.
And I appreciated that it was like elements of older video games, not like your Uncharted, but more like your. To give you an example, like something on Super Nintendo kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Super Nintendo level janky, and I appreciated they managed to replicate that in live action.
Okay.